Hello students, welcome to Competitive Exam Library YouTube channel. Today we are going to see what are the block diagram reduction rules. So before going to see the block diagram reduction rules, you have to keep one point in the mind for solving of the block diagram problems. So if you observe first, so this is the keynote you have to keep in your mind for solving of the block diagram reduction problem. To bring into simple form, so that means if you want to make that block diagram into a simple form, so you have to keep, that is one point, it is necessary to reduce the block diagram using proper logic such that the output of that system and the value of the feedback signal should not get disturbed. So whatever it may be, so the output of any system, whatever you are taking, the changes you are making in the block diagram reduction for your convenient purpose. So you have to keep the output should be same, as well as the value of the feedback signal which you are giving, it should not get disturbed, so that you have to reduce the system will be like that. So let us take what will happen if you take that changes. So if you take that changes, what will be given? So input for the changes, that is input for other systems can be changed. Other systems, input for other systems can be changed, as the input for other systems can be changed, so that what will happen? Finally we can expect the output also will be changes. So output will be changed. So you should not happen, you should not do this, all these things, because your output should not get disturbed. So whenever you change the input for any other system, definitely the output also will get affected, so that you have to keep that point in mind while solving the block diagram reduction rules. Let us see the rules of block diagram for solving of the problem, that is to reduce, to make simple and to get the transfer function of system very easily. We are going to see what is the meaning of the block diagrams here. So see, first I am taking the representation of a closed loop control system. We are already taken the closed loop control system. This is also one of the rule we can take in case of the block diagram reduction rules. So whenever you have the input, that will be given and the output will be given, so we will have a feedback element, so that will be h of s. So here if you observe here, so whenever you have the signal will be plus here and minus here, then what you are going to get, I already told, whenever you have a negative feedback, you will get a positive in the denominator. That is what we are represented here. Next, let us consider whenever you have a both will be a positive signals here, then what will happens? See here, c of s is equals to with the feedback element. So what will happen? That denominator we are going to get a negative symbol. So this is the first reduction rule you have to remember. So representation of a closed loop control system, that means whenever you have a negative here, you will get a positive. Whenever you have a positive here, you will get a negative in the denominator. That is the first rule you can remember. Next, see, when two blocks are connected in series or in cascade form. So whenever you have two blocks are connected in series or in cascaded form, their gains are multiplied. So let us see with the proof also this. So you will have the gain of this block will be G1 and the gain of the second block will be G2, the output will be C of S. So these two blocks are connected in series. So whenever you have two blocks are connected in series, then you see the output. So G1 will be given and G2 that is connected. For that, for explanation, for proof, I have taken one x which is the here. So what we can write? So G1 is equals to, we can write that as output will be, we are taken it as x. So G1 can be written as x divided by r into, so sorry, that is a G1. And whenever you want to take the G2, what is the G2 here? The output will be C, input will be x here. So G2 will be C by x. So whenever you want to get total overall transfer function, what you are going to get? That is output divided by input. That means whenever you multiply, you will get that is G1 into G2 is equals to x by r into C by x. So here x will gets cancelled. Finally, you are going to get G1 into G2 divided is equals to C by R. C by R is the final transfer function of the system. That means whenever you have two gains are connected in series, just you have to multiply the gains of that two blocks. That is the second rule. So let us consider whenever you have two blocks are connected in parallel like this. See, just I am taking two blocks are connected in parallel, then what is the output we are going to expect? So whenever you have two parallel blocks are connected like this with individual gain, simply they are added. Let us take the proof also. Here G1 plus G2 you are going to get. See, proof will be given here, that will be, so what we can write, C of s can be written as, here the final C of s can be written as, this will be multiplied, that R into G1 here, next here that will be R into G2, it will be given, because the input will be same for both blocks, that is R and here also. Then what is the final C of s can be written as, that is C can be written as, that is equals to R into G1 plus R into G2. So R can be taken out common. So C by R, that is the overall transfer function. C by R is the overall transfer function. So that can be G1 plus G2. That means whenever you have two blocks are connected in parallel, so you have to be added together. That is another rule. So shifting of takeoff point before a block, this is very important. So you see here, just I have considered a G of s here, that is one R is the input and C is the output. So this is the takeoff point we have taken here. So this is the takeoff point. The takeoff point output will be value of C is equals to R into G. So you observe here, now I am going to shift this takeoff point to, that is before of a block. So before of a block, what are the changes will be happen? See, let us see, just I am taking, so one point you should keep it in the mind, just I have shifted the takeoff point here, the takeoff point output will be C into RG, that also you should keep it in the same, and also the output will be, here also you should keep R into G only. So you should not get disturb the output and also the output of a feedback signal. So feedback signal will be taken here, that will be C is equals to R into G. So after shifting the takeoff point to before of the block, what are the changes? The output you should keep the same of this takeoff point also, but here you are taking the signal will be R, that will be multiplied with a G here, so that the takeoff point will be remains the same, so that we are not changing, the takeoff point output will be that is equals to R into G. So whenever you are shifting, see, a takeoff point before a block, so what is the change will be happen in that feedback or in the takeoff point, you are going to add, the block will be added here, that is into G, or it will be multiplied with that gain. Let us see another rule here, shifting of takeoff point after a block. So whenever you are having takeoff point will be here, the takeoff point will be there here, then I am going to shift this takeoff point to after that. So then what is the changes you can expect? So let us see what is the takeoff point output here. If you take the takeoff point output, so what is the takeoff point? Just I am taking a takeoff point output will be, here it is only R, is it right? That means you have to keep this R should be same even though after shifting this takeoff point to here. So let us consider I have shifted this takeoff point to here. So the output I am not getting change, that is the output in the both cases will be same, and the output of that feedback signal also keep same, but here you are getting multiplied this R of G. So I want the output will be only R here of the takeoff point. Then what I am going to do, I am going to multiply with 1 by G, so that R by G is getting multiplied, that is R into G will be get multiplied with 1 by G. So Gg will gets cancelled, the final output of the takeoff point will remains same, that is R, and here also will be R, and here also will be R. So that is the shifting of takeoff point. Whenever you want to shift the takeoff point after a block, means it is multiplied with inverse of that gain of that block. So you have to keep that another point in the mind. Next you see, this is the shifting of takeoff point before a summing point. See, you are already know what is the meaning of the summing point. So takeoff point and summing point both will be there here in this case. So here you will have one takeoff point and the summing point. Let us see, the summing point will be added here, that will be the output will be here, it is R1 plus R2, the output of this takeoff point also R1 plus R2. Then what is the output of this entire system? C is equals to R1 plus R2 into G. Now let us consider, now we will shift takeoff point, that means we are shifting a takeoff point before a summing point. That means now you are shifting a takeoff point before a summing point. That is what the changes we are going to make. So let us observe. So now I have shifted the takeoff point before the summing point, but here you observe here the output of this takeoff point will be, the output of this takeoff point will be R1 plus R2, but whenever you are shifted this takeoff point, the output you are getting R1 only. That means what is the change you have to make? The change you have to make to the takeoff point output should not get disturbed is, so we can take that is R1, the entire thing will be same, the changes will be happened, I will show here. So I am going to add one summing point for this takeoff point. You see here what will happen. So if you add this R of 2 signal for the R1, so then what will happen? You are going to get the same output of this takeoff point. That means whenever you are shifting a takeoff point before a summing point, you will add one summing point in that, that is you are going to add one summing point in this direction, so that you are going to get the output of the takeoff point should remains the same. So that is the shifting of takeoff point before a block here, so that your output will not get disturbed here in the three cases, as well as the output of the takeoff point is also not get disturbed here. Here also R1 plus R2, here also R1 plus R2 only, so that the output of takeoff point is not get disturbed, as well as the output of the summing point is also not get disturbed in all the three cases if you observe. So this is the shifting of takeoff point before a summing point. Next we will see shifting a takeoff point after a summing point. So whenever you want to shift a takeoff point after a summing point, so let us consider the diagram here. So I have the that means the summing point, then you will have the G, then you will have a takeoff point here. The takeoff point will be shifted after a, that means you are going to shift the takeoff point here. So now what are the changes? See here, the takeoff point output will be R1 only. So the final output will be C is equals to R1 plus R2 only. And let us take what will happen. So whenever you are shifted this takeoff point after the summing point, so see here what will happen. So whenever you have like this, so now I have shifted the takeoff point here, but the output will be R1 plus R2 I am getting. So the output of this takeoff point is changed here. So I don't want to change, I have to keep the output of the takeoff point should be R1 only, it should be remains same. So then what we are going to see here, see what are the changes I am going to make. This is not going to change anything, but if you observe here, now I am going to add this R2 as well as, so this R1 plus R2, here the output of this will be R1 plus R2, the takeoff point output, then that will be given here one summing point. Then I have subtracted this R2, just I am subtracting this R2, so that what is the output of the takeoff point? Once again R1. Here also the takeoff point output will be R1, here also the takeoff point output will be R1 only, and the takeoff point output previously it was R1 plus R2, now the takeoff point output will be R1 only, so that the changes of the output is not get disturbed, the output will be not getting disturbed, as well as the takeoff point output is also not getting disturbed in this case. Next point, rearrangement of the summing points. Whenever you want to rearrange the summing points, you see here So you have two signals will be added here, then what is the output here you can expect? The output will be here you can expect is R1 plus R2. So that R1 plus R2 is added together. Next it will be given for the R3, then the final output will be R1 plus R2 plus R3. So that will be given for the block, then output will be C is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3 into G. The same thing whenever you are shifting or whenever you are rearranging the blocks here, that means whenever you are changing the position of the summing points, so what are the changes will be happened? You see here, nothing will be happen. So R1 will be added with R3. Now the output will be R1 plus R3, that will be added with R2 now. So the output will be R1 plus R2 plus R3, that will be multiplied with the gain. The output will be C is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3 into G. That means you are not getting the changes in the output. Here also the output is not getting changed, and here also the output is not getting changed. So whenever you want to rearrange this, like this you can arrange your summing points. Next, shifting of summing point before a block. Previously we are shifted the takeoff point after a block and before a block. Now we are going to shift the summing point before a block. So what is the changes will be happen? See, now you have the summing point will be here. Now we are going to shift this summing point before a block. Then what is the changes here? So what is the output of this summing point will be? That is C is equals to R1 into G. C is equals to R1 into G plus R2. That is the output of that summing point. So let us see, here you are getting the changes. After the changes, what is the output of the summing point? The output of the summing point will be R1 plus R2, but the output of entire system is also getting disturbed. That is equals to, we can write R1 plus R2 into G, R1 plus R2 into G. So you should not get this output, so you have to get the output will be R1 into G plus R2 only. For that purpose I am going to change something. You see here what are the changes I have made. So just I have made here, I am going to multiply this R of 2 signal with 1 by G. Then what is the output you can expect here? R1 plus 1 by G into R2, then that will be multiplied with the G. Then what is the output you can expect? That is, the output you can expect is C is equals to R1 into G plus R2. So whenever you are shifting a summing point before a block, then you have to multiply with 1 by G. So this, if you want to take R1 plus 1 by G into R2, that will be multiplied with G. Then what will happen? That is R1 into G plus GG will get cancelled, then finally will have R2 only. So the output will be, you are getting here the same thing. So this is the another important rule. Next it will be final rule, shifting of summing point after a block. So now we are going to shift the summing point after a block. What will happen? See, the summing point output will be here R1 plus R2, then the final output will be, that is R1 plus R2 into G. Now we are shifting this summing point to here. If after shifting, you see the diagram here. So after shifting this summing point here, what is the changes will be happen? See, this summing point will be shifted here. R1 into G is the input here and R2 is the input here. Then the final output will be R1 into G plus R2, but you should have the G also with R2, that is missing here. That is the changes to be made. Now we are going to change, that is R1 will be multiplied with R1 into G. Then for this summing point, just I have taken. So what is the changes we will make? You observe here. For this I am going to add G here for the R2 symbol. So if you multiply this with G, then what you are going to get? Here R2 into G, that will be added with R1 into G. The final output will be C is equals to R1 plus R2 into G. So these are the different rules which we are going to use for the reduction of the block diagrams. So some important points you should keep in mind while solving this block diagram reduction problem. Say See, first you have to check is there any series elements or any parallel elements, that is in any parallel connected blocks are there. First you have to take equivalent of that. That means you have to give the first priority for series elements or parallel elements, so that you can reduce your block diagram very easily. After that you have to check is there any negative or positive feedback are there, then you have to check for that is there any negative or positive feedback, that you have to reduce for that. After that you have to swapping of the summing point, so that summing points swapping make the above priority, that means series and parallel or negative and positive feedback, so that you can reduce very easily. After that finally you have to check for the jump of the takeoff point, so that you can make the priority of 1 and 2, that is the first point and second point, so that you can reduce very easily your block diagram. And that's all in this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. If you have any query, please make comment in the comment box. I can reply. Thank you very much.